Alright, welcome to how to operate within Graphs and Tracks. Graphs and Tracks is located on Unit 3. It's the only link we have available right now. Okay, and that program, that link, is actually going to be what you use to complete Unit 3 Worksheet 1. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to manipulate the software so that you can get the graphs that you want and then also some of the data that you would like. So back to our course website. Now actually I'm going to leave this open because we're going to refer back to that. But you want to be in Unit 3, and I want you to go ahead and click on this Graphs and Tracks link I provide so that we can get to the actual website that we're trying to get to. Click on this icon here, and it will bring you to a spot where you can download the Graphs and Tracks file. Down below it's going to ask you to keep this. Now, by the way, use Chrome as you guys go through this activity. It's going to be much easier if you use Chrome. It doesn't play nice with this one. So hit keep, and you're going to get a download in the bottom left corner. Now, I've already downloaded this, so it took me a little less time. Be patient with the download. Click on it to open it, and from there then you're going to get this program that allows us to manipulate graphs and tracks similar to the way that you're actually going to be looking at them on your worksheet. Okay, so this first graph I have only has two places where I want to manipulate. So I want one long board. So to use that, or to get that to pop up the way that I want it, I'm going to use this function here at the top, which allows me to actually change n equals. Now n stands for the number of pillars you have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now. I want to make it only 2. That way I have one consistent slope. Hit enter, and it will make exactly what you're looking at here. So now my graph that I have looks very similar to number 1. The only difference, I need to make it so that's exactly like number 1. Okay. Now a couple other things I want you guys to be able to manipulate. Right now I have the ability to drag and move the joints. However, I don't have the ability to drag and move the ball. So I'm going to select that up top, and now I'm able to drag and move the ball. Okay. Other things that we want to be able to do, we want to be able to view X versus T, V versus T, and A versus T. So click these three so that they're selected, and then down below, X versus T, V versus T, and A versus T. Those three all pop up. Now I have graphs for each of the graphs I'm required on our worksheet. I'm going to move the ball up because it's moved up in the activity. I'm going to hit play, and I'm going to let it produce graphs. Now, I have these graphs produced, but you guys will have noticed that all of a sudden they bounced and changed direction. Okay, we know that in real life we don't see that bounce, so also turn off this bounce. Okay, let's try it again. So to restart, you hit this button, hit play, and as the ball moves down the track, again it looks like it's accelerating downward, and I can confirm that by my acceleration curve. I can confirm that by my positive slope of my velocity, and I can also confirm that by my positive acceleration graph. So when I go to this, and when I'm actually comparing what I'm doing here to what we have on the first worksheet, well, my X versus T graph we just produced looks like this. So I'm going to go ahead then and complete that. Here's my X versus T graph. My V versus T graph, well, this is the V versus T graph that I produced on that program, and again it starts low and we have a positive constant slope going up. So here it is, starts there, and it is a positive constant slope moving up. Now lastly, acceleration. Here it is, positive constant slope of 0, positive constant acceleration. So I draw that in, constant positive acceleration for the length of the graph. Now the rest of this I'm going to leave to you guys. D is asking you guys to create a qualitative motion map where you just show, so for this one the object starts at rest, starts at a slow velocity, moving more fast yet. Okay. F asks you to give, or E, F, and G ask you guys to give general mathematical equations that tell us how fast these objects are going. hint for this, this, and this, look at your equation sheet. That should be helpful for you guys. Now again, just to show you a couple more things as you work through it. Now you're going to notice that your first couple are going to be usable on our exact same track, but down the way you're going to have tracks that will look like this, and then also have tracks that look like this. So in order to get your graphs the way we want them, okay, we'll go back to this, and we'll also pull that control bar up, and we're going to make this so that now just like the track I have here, I have 1, 2, 3 bars, 4 pivot points. I'll go back here. I want 4, and there it is, 3 bars. So now I can produce that type of graph that it's asking me to. Okay. I can also go back and say, well, I only need 2 bars, so I'm going to go ahead and say 3 pillars, 2 bars, and now I can produce graphs that the chart is asking me to go ahead and do. Okay, so again, use this as a resource to fill out and work through your worksheet number 1. As always, you can also refer back to the course site that has all of this content for you guys, but like I said, just use this thing as a resource. Use this as a tool. Again, explore, move it around, and really use that primarily. Then you can refer back to the course site if you're still stuck.